The night was heavy with rain, the kind that drowns out every sound except the crashing thunder. Aarav, just 16, sat by the window, watching the water race down the glass. His parents weren't home yet. They had gone out for a late-night drive, something they did often when they needed to clear their minds. Then came the phone call. A cold voice on the other end. "There's been an accident. I'm sorry, but..." The world stopped. The exam day came. As he sat in the hall, surrounded by students who seemed so much more confident, doubt crept in again. What if I fail? But then he remembered his father's words. You don't need to be fearless, just brave enough to take the first step. He took a deep breath and picked up his pen. Aarav didn't know if he would pass or fail, but for the first time, he wasn't afraid to try. Days later, the results arrived. Aarav's heart pounded as he typed his roll number on the result page. His hands trembled. Then, the screen loaded. Failed. Aarav felt his stomach drop. His vision blurred. All his fears were true. He wasn't good enough. The voice in his head laughed at him. See, I told you. You should have never tried. He locked himself in his room for days. His uncle knocked, left food outside his door, but Aarav didn't move. He had tried. He had stepped up, only to be thrown back down. Maybe life wasn't meant to change. Maybe failure was all he was destined for. But then, as he sat in the darkness, his father's letter flashed in his mind again. You will fail, but remember, your failures don't define you. How you rise does. For the first time, Aarav questioned something. What if failing wasn't the end? What if it was just the beginning? Aarav wiped his tears. He took a deep breath and signed up for the next exam. This time, he didn't just study. He studied like his life depended on it. He woke up before sunrise, stayed up late at night, solved problems over and over. He wasn't just preparing for an exam, he was preparing for war. Months later, the day arrived. This time, as he walked into the exam hall, he wasn't scared. He sat down, took a deep breath, and gave it his best. Days passed. Then the results came again. Aarav's heart raced as he checked the screen. Past. Tears welled in his eyes, not just because he had succeeded, but because he had conquered his greatest fear. He realized something that day. Failure is not permanent, but giving up is. So, my friends, failure is not the end. It is proof that you tried. Aarav spent years fearing failure, but in truth, he had been failing all along, by not even trying. The biggest loss is not failing. It's never taking the chance at all. If you feel stuck, afraid of failing, remember this: your fear is a lie. The only way to truly fail is to give up. So take the first step, no matter how shaky it is. Because one day, you'll look back and realize, the moment you stopped fearing failure was the moment your life truly began.